Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Friday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. I thought I'd start a new series today. Go through my alphabet and show a great debut album from each letter. I think I have every letter covered. I'm not sure. I'm not going to show that today. I'm going to show A through E. Just pick one debut album from a band from each letter, and just talk about it a little bit, show you the great albums that they are, and that's my idea for my next series here. Before getting over everything, though, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. I want to continue to put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collection. It's because of you guys, your likes, your subscriptions, your wonderful, wonderful comments that keep me going, keep me motivated to do this kind of thing, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So right off the bat, I really prefer their older stuff than their later stuff. They got very, very commercial in their later stuff, but their older stuff just rocked. And this is a great rockin' album. This is Aerosmith's debut album. Released 1973. Dream On was a big single off this one. Really the only radio-friendly single off of this one. Very Stones influenced, very Zeppelin influenced album. Raw and gritty. Blues rock at its best. You've got the great guitar duo of Brad Whitford and Joe Perry, the awesome vocals of Steven Tyler. Yeah, it's just Tom Hamilton's bass playing, Joey Kramer's drums, just fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. Great debut album from Aerosmith. Awesome stuff. Very raw band. But they would come together and put together great albums like Rock Story and Toys in the Attic, and just so many great albums that they had in their early stuff. Next, one of the best debut albums of the 70s, in my opinion anyway, as far as commercial success. This is Boston's debut album. Fantastic debut album. Mainly written by Tom Schultz, recorded in his apartment basement, no doubt. Highly electronic engineer, genius, basically. Brad Delp came along to help with the vocals, the fantastic vocals of Brad Delp. Hugely successful debut album, selling 20 million albums worldwide. No one sounded like Boston. No one had that sound. Great guitar-driven rock and clean rock. That guitar sound that only Boston had. And yeah, they went on to hire some musicians to tour. You got Barry Goudreau, great guitarist in his own right. Of course, Tom Schultz, Seb Hashian on drums and percussion, Fran Sheehan on bass. Yeah, just really good stuff. I think Tom Schultz was late as far as learning guitar as well. He didn't learn when he was 14 or 15 like most. It was in his mid-teens or early 20s that he started to learn guitar and just became a virtuoso on it. But fantastic debut album, 1976 release. That's for the B's. For C, one of my favorites. This is Chicago Transit Authority. Fantastic debut album by Chicago. Released in 1969. Double album. As a matter of fact, their first 3 albums would be double albums. Go figure. They have so many songs. Very horn-led band. Danny Serafin, a fantastic drummer. You've got the amazing Terry Kath, the brilliant guitarist. Jimi Hendrix said he was better than he was. Seven great musicians coming together: Peter Cetera, Robert Lamb, Jimmy Pankow, Lee Loughnane, Walter Pearzader. Just amazing, amazing stuff. Won a Grammy in 1969 for Album of the Year, or Best New Artist of the Year. I'm sorry, Best New Artist of the Year, and stayed on the Billboard charts for something like 171 weeks or something like that. But yeah, Robert Lamb had written books upon books about of songs, so that hence their first three albums were just double albums. They had nothing else to put on but all these great songs. Does anybody really know what time it is? Big hit off of that one, Beginnings, question 67 or 68. You got Listen, Poem 58. Freeform Guitar was just raw stuff. South California Purples, such a classic tune. I'm a Man, great cover. You got Liberation, Prologue, and Someday. Really good stuff. Chicago Transit Authority. Fantastic album, one of my favorites by Chicago. From one of my favorite bands, their debut album, the Mark I version of the band. There's been many versions of this band. This is Shades of Deep Purple. Of course, Deep Purple. 1969 release, Mark I version, as I said, featuring Nick Simper on bass, Rod Evans on lead vocals, John Lord on keyboards, Richie Blackmore on the fantastic guitarist that he is, and Ian Pace on drums, the only original member of the band. More psychedelic, progressive rock than the Mark II version will become. Mark II version, very heavy, very hard rock edged. Big head off this is Hush, the amazing cover. But they also do some cool stuff as well. So they start off this one with And the Address, which is a instrumental. And on their latest album, Whoosh, they end with that album. So I don't know if that's a coming around in circles type of thing, or maybe just a coincidence, I'm not sure. Or maybe just an homage for the song. But then you got Hush, One More Rainy Day, Prelude, Happiness, I'm So Glad, Mandrake Root. They do a cover of Help, and Love Help Me, and then they do a cover of, and then they do Hey Joe as well. So it says Rod Evans writes and sings, John Lord writes, sings, and plays the organ, Nick Simper writes, sings, and plays the bass guitar, Richie Blackmore writes and plays the lead guitar, and Ian Pace writes and plays the drums. So yeah, very early Deep Purple, a classic album. So that's for the D's. And finally the E's, from this great box set, the Eagles, showing their first 6 studio albums. The amazing debut, self-titled Eagles. This is a really good album. It's on Asylum Records. 1972 release, the big single off this one, Take It Easy. Witchy Woman, one of my favorites. Peaceful Easy Feeling. Great country rock sound by the band. Original lineup as well, of course, of Glenn Frey on vocals and guitar, Don Henley on vocals and drums, Bernie Leadon on vocals, guitar, and banjo, and Randy Meisner on vocals and bass. So 4 lead singers all do a great job on their own. Ranked number 368 of the best 500 albums. This is a ranking from 2012 from Rolling Stone. Awesome harmonies in this band at this point. They had Glyn John produce the album. because they both they wanted to go in different directions. So Glenn Frey wanted more rock and roll. Bernie Leadon wanted more country. So Glenn John came together and combined the two, country and rock. So make it a country rock album. And the result, of course, was fantastic album, fantastic band, and that's my E, great debut album from 1972, Eagles debut album. It's a great little box set. It's got their 6 best albums in my opinion. But yeah, that's it. There's a look at some great debut albums from A to E. I'll continue on with F, G, H, I, J, assuming that I have debuts from each letter. And that's it, guys. Have yourself a great day. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.